Good afternoon. I'm Dave Bowman from WPTV. I'm the Contact 5 investigative reporter and on WBTV.com. Do a lot of work there. We are here today because of the Biden administration's announcement yesterday. Very significant announcement that through executive order, the administration is going to forgive up to $10,000 in student loans, federal student loans, generating a lot of discussion, controversial among some, because there's a belief that people who worked hard and saved for college and didn't take out loans aren't getting any help. Another group of people who didn't go to college or trade group believe they're financing a part of people's college education. Full disclosure, I do have two daughters who will benefit from this particular thing, but I can honestly can tell you I'm fair and objective about this, and our questions are more on how to than the politics of it, though the politics always tinge the discussion. Gentleman you see screen right with me today from outside Chicago, Illinois, is Joe Orsolini. He is the president of College Aid Planners. He's a national expert in helping parents plan for college, and he has a pretty good idea on how this will work. Of course, the rules aren't even out yet. Joe, first of all, welcome to our show.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about when you first heard that this was going to be reality. What went through your mind, and let's talk about how your clients can approach something like this.
Well, this has been on the radar for probably since 2020. The House Democrats passed a $10,000 forgiveness, so it's kind of been out there, especially since the election. So we've known this might be something that's coming through, And one of the things I've kind of talked to folks about is don't necessarily pay off your student loans just yet. There's no payments due. There's no interest being compounded. I would always encourage people to put that money aside and get ready for it if it doesn't happen. But certainly, we know this might be coming. So maybe we're going to wait to find out if that happens before paying down your student loan. So a lot of people have been on the sidelines waiting for this to happen or not happen.
That sounds like pretty good advice. So in other words, if you have a student loan payment, pay all of it or nothing to maybe a bank account and allow that to create interest. So if this falls apart or if it never happened, at least you can go ahead and put it off, especially since the debt, the forgiveness has been extended a while. It sounds like a good financial planning to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if you paid off your loan, as we're finding out, there's no money coming back to you. So better to have sat on the pile, be sitting on a pile of money right now and have some options for yourself.
Let's talk about the eligibility. Exactly who is eligible for this particular benefit?
Well, and the one thing I would always caution, anything we're going to be talking about here, is the rules are still yet to be published. So we're kind of just working on a real basic framework. But as of right now, it's anyone under $125,000 single, $250,000 for families. And the federal government will forgive up to $10,000 of federal student loans. So if you have a private student loan with Sallie Mae or Discover, one of the other vendors, those loans aren't going to be forgiven. It's just the federal loans. It's $10,000. If you happen to have gotten a Pell Grant during your 4 years in college, which is kind of a low-income grant program from the federal government, they will double the amount to $20,000 that can be forgiven. So, it could be could be up to $20,000 that gets forgiven if your income's under $125,000.
Let's focus in on Sallie Mae, because a lot of people believe it's federal. It's certainly supported by the federal government. It kind of has that quasi-federal.
And it used to be part of the federal government, yes.
And it's now a private company like the bank many people got their loans through?
Yes. So one of the things that may be a little confusing for folks is the federal government makes these loans. They're the Stafford. They're also called the direct student loans. For basically the last 12 years, since 2010, they have been the sole provider of federal student loans. Before that, you might be from the federal, might be from a Sallie Mae or a private lender. But since 2010, everything's gone through the federal government. Money goes direct to your school. Then you get assigned a loan servicer. So you may have Sallie Mae as your loan servicer. It could be Nelnet, Great Lakes. There's any number of 5 to 7, depending on what year it is, loan servicers. And those are the people that you make your payments to. but you have to make sure, check with your loan servicer on make sure what is federal, because sometimes a Sallie Mae may be servicing your federal loans and private student loans. So you need to make sure, because it's just the federal that can be on this forgiveness program.
Let's talk about some advanced planning. I mean, certainly there are people who are, have a lot of college student loan debt, and they no doubt are going to be thrilled by this, or at least pleased that their debt's going to be lessened by 10 grand. What do you tell high school seniors, high school juniors, and their families who are looking ahead? Is there anything in it for them?
So right now we tell them you're out of luck. The unfortunate truth, disclosure, I have a college freshman. He just took out his loans this week as part of, paying his tuition bill. Those loans are not forgiven. The loans had to be in place by June 30th, 2022. So anything new going forward is not part of this program. It's only loans that were in place pre-June 30th of 2022.
Are the FAFSA loans part of this program?
That is what we're talking about here. Completing the FAFSA form, that free application for federal student aid, that's that federal financial aid form. Once you complete that form, the students would then qualify for federal loans. It used to be called the Stafford. Sometimes they're called direct student loans, subsidized, unsubsidized, or some of the terms you'll hear with those. Those are the loans that are part of this forgiveness process.
And let's talk about that a little bit. You said there's a June 30th deadline as the rules are written right now.
Yes.
So if somebody is it when they applied or when their individual colleges actually said, here's the deal, here's your FAFSA?
It would have been when the money was dispersed. So if you are a freshman this year, or sophomore, if you're in college, the loans you just got this last week or so as you're starting college do not count in that loan forgiveness program. So it's anything that was actually in place, dispersed, paid college tuition prior to that June 30th, 2022.
And like many things, this comes with a note of caution. We know, and again, we can't avoid the fact that there are politics involved with this, that many people are upset that they paid their loans and aren't getting a thing for it. B, they never went to college and, chose not to take out a loan and they're getting nothing for it. And there are people that went to trade school and, as the way things look right now, may not get anything for it. Because of that, we're hearing that there is likely to be one or several lawsuits seeking to either stop or delay this. So if you're making plans and if you're looking at the money, how do you look at that?
Well, I think the key thing is to be patient. Don't, if you've put that pile of money away, don't say, woohoo, I can go spend that money. Until the forms are out, until it's absolutely done, deal, seal, delivered, assume that this may fall apart. They're going to be posting rules next week on the Federal Register. Then it has 30 days of comment before it would anything's going to really happen on this. So I would probably bet that somebody's going to be throwing out a lawsuit on this, which may, put in some kind of an injunction or stop this at least temporarily from happening. I think the one thing that may end up coming out of that, this is kind of projecting a little bit here, but even if you didn't get that loan forgiveness, you're not eligible for it. You still have your loan payments are suspended through the end of the year. With all these lawsuits going on, there's a possibility that may get that may get kicked down the road and extended, because I don't know that this will be settled by the end of the year when they're talking about rolling this whole thing out.
Well, let's talk about, and we saw some of the numbers come up on the screen: $125,000 for an individual, $250,000 for a couple. Does that apply to the student, to the parent? Who exactly is going to get the benefit and who's on the hook?
So that's one of the great mysteries on this whole thing, and I don't have an answer yet. If is it, like you say, is it the parents' income it's generated off of? If the kids are dependent students of the parents, how they filed their tax return last year, is it the kids who are off on their own? We don't know that officially yet. I do know that if you're in a repayment mode, if you've graduated college, then certainly it's on you and your income alone. But if you're still in school and you've got previous loans, I don't know exactly how they're going to be considering it's your income or your parents' income to determine the loan forgiveness piece.
That's a lot that's up in the air then.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. Any other thoughts to share with us about?
Well, I mean, here's another thing that's kind of up in there they haven't really come out with. So they're going to forgive $10,000, or maybe it's 20 if you've gotten a Pell Grant. Are they just going to lop that off what you owe? Is that going to reduce are they going to recalculate your payments so your payments lower? Or is it just going to lop off at the back end of the loan, and instead of being done in 10 years, you're done in 7? They haven't really come out with how that's going to be determined, how they're going to actually implement you've got $10,000 less part of this loan yet. I have not seen anything on that. I'm hoping that comes out in the rule book, in the rule publication.
There's also a proposal on this, and tell me your thoughts and where things might stand on this, that they are going to cap the maximum payment to 5% of your income. Is that what I hear correct? I believe it's 10% now.
Yeah, so there's another piece that's out there for the public, for the loan forgiveness piece of it. The way it works right now is you, with a pay-as-you-earn or the repay-as-you-earn, pay or repay programs, where you only have to pay currently 10% of your income. This new program is going to be only 5%. Although I think that 5% only works if you have less than $12,000 worth of outstanding debt. Again, haven't seen all the official rules on that. And they're going to be more generous with what they consider part of your disposable income. So it may be more beneficial. The two other big pieces on that loan forgiveness program, they're shortening the forgiveness term that you have to keep paying this from 20 years down to 10. And then the other piece of that, important piece of this, is that since you're making less than your full payment, normally the interest would capitalize. The interest would kind of pile on to what you're going to owe at the end, and you're kind of digging yourself out of a hole. With this new 5% program, the interest will not be compounding, so that will again make it easier to get these loans paid off. But again, that's something that's going to end up having to go through your loan servicer on. Make sure don't just assume, hey, I only have to make this 5% of my payment. You have to be in contact with your loan servicer. There's some formalities, some paperwork that you have to go to make sure that you get that done and you do, in fact, qualify.
Are people going to have to sign up for this, or because I've been hearing conflicting reports that some people, the federal government has all the data and you can just assume that it's going to be taken care of, or do you have to fill out forms? How's that going to work?
So there is supposed to be some kind of a sign-up form coming out by the end of the year. I've heard December 8th, but again, we got to wait to see the rules. If I would always recommend contacting your loan servicer and asking them officially. As I understand it, if you are already in a loan servicing, reduced payment plan, they already have your income because you've been certifying. They will kind of slide you in automatically for this. But those of you who are not in that, you're going to need to sign up for it. And again, call your loan servicer. Those folks I generally find are generally helpful, very knowledgeable. They will help you out. And one of the problems with the public service loan forgiveness program that has happened, a lot of people weren't qualifying it that thought they were, is there are some conditions and you needed to certify every year. A lot of people went through the program and didn't certify. So the one key thing I would tell you on all this is make sure that you're talking to your loan servicers as you go through the process to make sure you're getting all your I's crossed and your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
I think everybody has, with kids that they believe are going to go to college someday, the responsible ones formulate a plan, they save money, they take out loans. Is this going to change the way we look at financing for college at this point?
I don't think so. I kind of think this is a one-off thing. I don't really see this ever coming up again. The issue is there are still student loan limits. You can only borrow a certain amount of money through the federal programs. Through the students can only borrow a certain amount. Where the big problem comes is really through the plus loan program. That's for the parents or the graduate students. There's no limit to what the amount that they can borrow. That's where we're seeing the problems with this. But I always encourage folks, don't take on a lot of debt. Rather than borrowing a whole lot of money to go to a school, find a different school. It's like driving a car. Everybody loves to drive a Ferrari. Sometimes you got to drive a Chevy.
That's pretty good advice. And on that, we thank you very much, Joe Orsolini, president of College Aid Planners, coming to us today from Chicago. Some very good advice. We'll have more on this on our WPTV News Channel 5 at 5:30 today. We are dedicating much of our show to both the controversy and the how-tos of the new Biden-Harris administration proposal to take $10,000 off of college debt. And Joe, you've been great on helping us through the
Thank you.
how-tos.
Thank you very much.